Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my top 10 favorite plants of the year 2023. And these are the plants that I have been admiring the most in the past year, and I hope you like them too. So let's get started. So before we begin, I just would like to add that there will be no Hoyas in this video. And for the reason being that I have the same number of Hoyas as my other aroids combined, if not more. So it's just not fair. I just have too many that I like and I cannot just pick one to represent the genus in my collection. So in my world, they deserve to have their own separate videos anyway. So to my fellow Hoya heads, my Hoya favorites will be in the next video. And by the way, I have ranked this lineup from the least to the most favorite plant of the year, just to add a little bit of thrill and excitement. So for number 10 is no other than my Monstera Constellation right here behind me. There's no way for me to hide it and get it out of the frame, unfortunately, because it's gotten so big. And I'm going to try to show you its entirety, but here it is. These are the top newest leaves. That's why they're looking mighty fine. So as you can see, it has grown from 2 leaves cutting that it started with back in 2021, and it might be a surprise for some of you because this plant has always been on top of my list, but this year it has been outshone by many, unfortunately. Not that it's like looking the worst or it's bad, or you know, it's just not the best like it's always been for me, and I've had some troubles with it, just like the browning of the variegated leaves or the variegated part of the leaves. Although I think that I've figured out how to prevent that by adding liquid silica in my nutrient feed, but I cannot confirm just yet because it's still under investigation as we speak. There's no guarantee yet that it's no longer going to brown for me for the rest of the year. In all honesty, I am not confident about its growth currently. So it's grown the least amount of leaves for me, and it has very slow growth for this year compared to the previous year. So that's why it's on my number 10, but it doesn't mean that I don't love him. I'm still very much in love with this plant, and I hope that I'm able to diagnose it before it gets worse. From the largest plant in my collection to the one of the tiniest established plant in my collection, the Alocasia bomino. This is the dwarf poly, and oh my goodness, variegata, by the way, so obviously, but I cannot believe how much this plant has shown variegation in this year alone. Oh my goodness, like I did not expect this plant to show up for me this year. It's just been so generous with the variegation, and I had one that has reverted on me. That's why I wasn't getting my hopes up for this variegated alocasias, but this one is definitely made up for that, and it's also scratching my itch for all those alocasia dreams that I have or that I cannot have in my collection due to very high pricing at the moment. So for now, this is doing it for me, you guys. Very chill plant. I highly recommend, and there definitely has gone down in price as well. I got this as a teeny tiny seedling that was grown from corm by one of my ladies in my plant group. So yeah, thank you so much. You know who you are. I am very much satisfied with this Alocasia bomino, and I'm so glad to have made it in my top 9 best plants of the year. Okay, so at number 8, or the top 8 best plant of the year, goes to a plant that is rarely shown in the internet. I think it's due to its difficulty to ship, and yeah, I am very happy to have this in my collection because I think I lucked out somehow with this plant because I imported this plant from Ecuador. By the way, the plant I am talking about is my Seratus stma Rowii, and as you can see, it's currently in bloom as well. And I know if you have seen my last couple of videos, probably you have seen this on them. I've somehow slightly featured them because I just wanted to show it to you guys so badly because of how well it's growing for me. And like I said, I lucked out on this plant because this is actually a second one. The first one obviously did not make it. It lost all of its leaves in 2 weeks time, and Ecuador was so generous enough to send me a second one, even though it was 2 weeks overdue to their refund or return limit time. So I'm very grateful. It's only a fraction of the size of the first plant that I ordered, but look at it now. It's on its way to growing. Look at all those lighter green tips are actually all new growth. The care that I do with this plant is I actually did not replace the medium that it came with from import. I just added more moss and then place it in this no drainage vessel. As you can see, it's very algae ridden because I keep my nutrient in here, and I have a leca reservoir at the bottom that I normally keep it filled, but right now it's empty, and I'm glad I saw it. Actually slipped my mind. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and that's how I have been caring for this. It stays in my rehab cabinet. I have this Vitzjo IKEA greenhouse cabinet, and I kept it there in the beginning, and it stayed there. It claimed it as its permanent resident, which I don't mind at all. As long as it's happy and it's growing for me, I am totally fine with it. And maybe someday I'm going to acclimate it in my living room environment, but for now I'm gonna keep it the way it is because if there's no problem, why fix it, right? So once again, top 8 is my Seratus stma Rowii. I just lost a bloom, a flower on my Seratus stma Rowii, and the only time I actually damage my plant is when I'm filming video. So anyways, it's all worth it. You guys are all worth it for me. So top 7 of the year goes to my Monstera adansonii tricolor, and it actually lives right here. It's right here, and I have just recently moved it here. It used to be in our living room already. A lot of my moss poles are very happy in this location, and I figured this could use that little front light action that these plants are getting. So, and they look better this way anyway if they're all facing the front. By the way, what I'm talking about is the Barina standing light for all of my moss pole plants, and they seem to be very happy with that. And this plant has grown so much. It's in pon. By the way, if you don't know me, I grow 99% of my plant collection in pon, lechuza pon, that is, because it's just very easy. I have like over 300, who knows. And the only way to not go insane is to have them in semi-hydroponics in self-watering pots, just like so. And so far they're loving it, and I'm pretty chill with my plant care, so win-win, right? So the goal for this plant is to grow these leaves massively, and actually just don't start browning your variegation on me, and I can live with that. I can be very happy. But I am so in love. I'm pretty sure I've said that already for the past plants that I've shown you, but that truly is the case. I love these plants. I love this particular plant as well, and the variegation that it's giving me is so stable. And as you can see, we have no more browning on my variegation, and they're staying very pristine and strong, and we have a new leaf on the way as well. So I've been keeping up with the moss pole care, keeping it moist and keeping it extended as well. So I think that's the key into growing a nice looking Monstera adansonii. And I'm truly happy that this specimen that I have is giving me no trouble at all. That's something you don't hear very often with adansonii, because this isn't my first adansonii. I've lost an adansonii as well, and I'm glad that I found a good one under this specimen, and that's why it's on my top 7 plant of the year. And for the top 6 plant of the year goes to my philodendron Spiritus sancti, which actually lives here as well. It's right behind that Monstera adansonii. And here it goes. Oh my goodness. I've started this plant as a 1-leaf rehab plant, and I paid about, I think, 186 or something like that sometime last year. And oh my goodness, now it's growing in ambient condition, and I tell you, it's all worth it. I'm not sure if this was TC, probably is TC, but either way, this particular specimen is looking very narrow and sharp. Oh my goodness, I am so glad. It does not look like most of the Spiritus sancti that I see nowadays that are TC. This plant has red emerging leaf as well, so we have a new leaf on the way right there. I am so happy that this plant is doing well under my care. It's such an honor to have it in my collection. It's very satisfying to watch it grow. This leaf is a little wonky because it was facing the light at some point in the wrong direction, but other than that, it is doing so well. I truly love that it's really skinny and shiny, and it's even like bluish. It's like iridescent somehow. If you don't have it yet, I truly highly recommend it, especially now that it's so cheap. And oh my goodness, just living the best life in my environment. I cannot wait to see this one with the lobes. Oh my god, yes that's why it's in my top 6. It's looking fabulous. Philodendron Spiritus sancti. The next plant, top 5 in this list, is no other than my Philodendron Florida Beauty. And here she is, looking very beautiful. Oh my goodness. I've started this plant as a small plant, and I grew it out, and then it reverted on me. So I splitted it into 7 cuttings. And out of that 7 cuttings, only one came out with the variegation, and it's this one. And I'm so glad. It took a long time to come to this point, but it was definitely worth the wait. You can see from the bottom right here, the original leaf is gone. Actually, this is not the original cutting that I chopped, but oh my goodness, such an amazing plant to grow, especially when it starts to love your environment, and it's just non-stop for me this year, and I'm so here for it. And look at this, beautiful, oh no, this beautiful leaf. Oh my god, the newest leaf is this one right here. It is as pretty, and I can feel that we have a new one coming soon, hopefully. So yeah, so far every leaf that it pushed out has been variegated, and I'm grateful, very grateful. And that's why this beauty has made it to the list. Favorite plants of the year 2023. The top 4 on this list is another monster. You'll see why. It is Monstera. This is my, oh my god, let me back up so you can see its whole being. But this is my Alocasia Sanderiana, and oh my god, this plant is so tough. I've imported this plant during a live sale from Ecuagenera, and oh my god, was it last year? I cannot remember, but it has flowered for me this year while I was away. Unfortunately, my husband didn't know what to do with it. I would have chopped it off, so it would have probably grown another good leaf for me, but since that one bloomed, it gave out this leaf right here, which is slightly smaller but still pretty big, and I'm still very happy. It's in a no drainage trash can that I got from Target, and it's loving life. It's got a leca layer at the bottom, as you can see, and you can see the roots all around right there, and there's still probably some import roots in there that is probably going to rot, but my goodness, this plant is such a trooper. I must say, it has not lost any leaves during the acclimation period, and it just kept growing for me. So I'm really glad to have it in my collection. And yeah, I know it's not variegated or anything like that, but the size of it and the look of it is just majestic, don't you think? That's why it made it to this list as my top 4 best plants of the year. We're getting closer to the top first favorite plant of the year, but before that, we are on top 3, and this one is, I'm pretty sure, no stranger to all of you who are a subscriber into this channel. And by the way, if you like this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, all that stuff. I'm sorry, guilty. So back to the top 3. What I was telling you about is no other than my Anthurium Luxurian cross with Anthurium forgetii. And I had been corrected by someone on Instagram, actually, who has seen my videos about this plant, and apparently I was inconsistent about the name of its plant, and that's because it was sold to me before they started naming it, like David Portilla Dreams in Verse or something, apparently is the name of the plant that I have. So I got this plant way before that. So I went back and looked at my receipt, and it said that this is in fact a Anthurium Luxurian cross with forgetii. And here she is now. Oh my goodness. This one is a little bit mangled, as you can see, because it was emerging while I was away, while I was out of the country, and it got stuck in between other leaves. So it's a little bit mangled, as you can see. Too bad, because this one is actually showing the best forgetii lobe right there. It's the closed lobe, as you can see over here, and with the Luxurian texture that I really love. You can see the size of this leaf. Oh my god, I cannot. This leaf before that is perfect as well, right there. Oh my god, what a tough plant. This has this inflorescence that I have recently pollinated with a forgetii. I just want to put more forgetii in there to hopefully get that shape is the goal for this plant. So hopefully it becomes successful this time. I've actually have pollinated this once before this, but it was one of the early flowers, so it's harder for the first flower to be pollinated successfully, and that's probably what happened to mine. The flower just all of a sudden died back. It just browned on me. It has another one actually, so I'm not sure if I should cut it right now to hopefully save its energy in producing berries for the one that I pollinated. For any anthuriums expert over there, please let me know if you have any advice on what I should do with this next inflorescence right here. I would love to hear it, and I would appreciate it very much. And like I said, this is my Anthurium Luxurians. It's very heavy, guys. I'm out of breath. Oh my god. And I love this plant. Stays in ambient condition. I wanted to show you how beautiful are the roots on this one. Look at how fuzzy they are and healthy. Oh my goodness. Such a stunning plant. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Whoa. It is the healthiest root system that I have in my collection. No browning whatsoever. Wow. Yeah, such a strong, very strong, tough plant, I must say. And that's why it made it to top 3. It could have been top 1 if I can have more than one top 1, probably. But I know you probably are sick of seeing this plant because it's always on the list of my favorites. But no shame here, no shame, because it deserves it, and I truly love this plant. It's such a fun plant to grow. The salutatorian, or the top 2 on this list of my favorite plants of the year, goes to my Monstera Giana Ora. And let me show you where she lives over here. Here she is. Whoa. Here she is. As you can see, it's looking mighty fine. It's, wow, we're the same height. But yes, oh my goodness, it's been a journey with this plant, and I'm so glad that we have finally found each other. Because as you can see, it's looking perfect right now. I cannot believe it. Oh my god, look at these colors, and it's still there. It's staying pristine now. Unlike, just like many others, I've struggled with the browning on this variegation as well. But like I said, I have been testing out the liquid silica on all of my variegated plants, especially my monsteras, and so far I am getting good results, especially this one and the Thai Constellation. So far they have responded well, and it's only been a few months, so I am not confident to recommend this product just yet, especially any kind of brand, because there's like different brands out there. I will show you in the description box what I use exactly, because I just got it from Amazon and I can only speak for that brand that I use. But at the same time, use it at your own risk, because I've had troubles with my anthuriums especially, and that's why some of my anthuriums are not looking so well, and I cannot say for sure that it's because of the liquid silica, but it's the only thing that I've changed on their nutrient feed, so who knows, right? So as of right now, it's working well, I believe, on my Monstera Aurea specifically, and it has stopped browning for me. And at the same time, by the way, it wasn't just the silica. I've moved it in front of my Barina lights, like I've already mentioned. And that light, it's been wonderful for me. I only have one. That's why I packed up all of my moss poles and monsteras on this corner, so everybody can have a little piece of this light, because so far it's doing wonderful things. It's like magic for my plants right now, and that I can recommend for sure, because I have been using it for a while, and I mean, in my own opinion and in my own observation, that's why this plant is currently at number 2, my Monstera Giana Ora. And so we have reached the final plant in this list, and that is no other than my Monstera Albo variegata, and you will see why.
This plant deserves it all. Oh my goodness.
Look at this plant go. Would you believe that this plant started with a medium cutting back in 2021, I believe? And I'll show a picture on the side once again. I know you've seen this picture of me back in the day, but oh my goodness, this newest leaf is facing the wrong direction, because I just recently added the Solthic, I think it's called Aspect, the pendant one, the small one on top, because I wasn't so sure that it was reaching, the Barina was reaching, because this is all the way in the back in that corner, and I didn't want to deprive it with light, because it does need a lot of light. And my goodness, I cannot even begin how much I love this plant. This plant is my very first rare plant back in the day, and I got that one leaf mid cutting from Etsy for $250, I believe. So I have chopped this already, because it was growing very leggy to begin with, and so I split it into four different cuttings, and I kept 2 cuttings, one top cut over here, and I sold the other 2. So I've already pretty much got my money back from this plant, and still, look at her again. Let me try to show you. There are 2, hold on, oh my god, oh my gosh. There are 2 plants in here, and the marbling of the variegation is just so stunning. Can you see that? The top leaves are actually getting more whites, getting more variegation, but it's been such a stable plant. This is the other cutting, by the way. It's a little bit younger because it's a mid cutting right here. This is the newest leaf that it has, and oh my god, this plant is a tree, and I can't wait to grow it even more, because it's so nice. And I'm glad that I've decided to pack 2 cuttings in here, because the bushiness is all worth it. It's so nice. Yeah, so far this year has been such a wonderful time to watch this one grow because it's finally tall enough to be looking like a tree basically. And oh my god, both cuttings are just non-stop growing and it hasn't stopped yet. I can see that the top leaf is also already cooking for more leaves, so I'm here for it. I cannot lift it anymore. Oh my god. So yeah, oh my goodness. Unfortunately, it's still in its old DIY moss pole, and I'm waiting for my moss pole from Russo Plant Care, and I just bought like 20 of them and it's currently in the mail because I am looking into transferring all of my moss poles into it because it's just very easy to do so with that kind of moss pole that they have. And I was using, what do you call that, Grow Thickly at some point. This one's at the top is Grow Thickly, but now they're out of stock and they're actually more expensive, so I'm glad that I found Russo. And yeah, I'm excited to try it on this pole. So I don't want to chop it, that's why I wanted to try if I can transfer this, change the moss pole without having to propagate this whole plant, because I think it has a few more moss poles to grow. So yeah, and I can't wait to see, hopefully, secondary fenestration in the leaves, although these might be Bursigiana as well. I'm not quite sure if they are deliciosa or Bursigiana, but it should have been growing exponentially, right? If it's a deliciosa, I think it's Bursigiana. But either way, I am very, very happy to have it in my collection. This is like my baby, and it's been so much fun to watch each leaf unfurled because of the surprise factor that variegated plants have. That's why they're very popular. I'm happy that this plant is happy in my care. So there you have it, you guys, my top 10 favorite plants of the year 2023. Let me know which one is your favorite and which one in your collection is your favorite of the year. You can tell me 1 or 3, it's up to you. You can tell me 10 for all I care. I'd love to know. Happy New Year if I don't get to see you or talk to you before the New Year's. I'm going on a mini vacation starting tomorrow for the New Year's for the children to see some snow. But other than that, have a wonderful, happy holidays once again. And that's it for this video. I hope you had a great time. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!